Hey everyone, welcome to the Farm and Pastor's Wife. I'm so glad you're spending some time with me in my kitchen. So today is going to be a hey Les, what's for supper, and spend the day with me kind of day. So we're going to get supper started first thing. So we're going to make chicken and biscuits tonight. I know I've done it before, but that's what I'm wanting. So I just thought I'd bring you along for the ride as we go throughout this day. And we're going to harvest our first small harvest out of the garden. So let's run the intro. If you haven't subscribed, I would love for you to. I'd love for you to be a part of the Farm and Pastor's Wife family. It's the greatest community anywhere. So we're going to run the intro. Please hit subscribe if you haven't done so. If you have, welcome back. You know how much I love and appreciate you.
Hey darling, can I tell you what's been on my mind? Sick and tired of the 9 to 5 in the city life. Hey darling, we could get out of town, see the beautiful world around, wanna see it now. Pack our bags and get in that car, leave a little note and we'll drive real far. Let's get out, we can leave this city. Let's drive to the open air. Yeah, the countryside is...
Okay, for those of you that like the microphone, it is now on. So today I have, it's a rainy day here in North Carolina. It's a nice, comfortable day, but it's just a rainy day. I have an eye doctor's appointment this morning. It's that time of year again, and my eyes are changing. The older I get, the more they change and the faster they change. But I have an eye doctor's appointment, and I want to do some work getting ready for vacation. So I'm going to do a crock pot meal. We're doing chicken and biscuits. So let's get started. Then when I get back from my eye doctor's appointment, we'll go out. I want to do my first small harvest out of the garden. And I also want to show you those weird zucchinis I've mentioned that I think have cross-pollinated with something. And just to get your opinion, and y'all tell me what you think. So, all right, let's get started here. If you have a big russet potato, I'm not going to use that knife. If you have a big russet potato, use that, but I didn't. I usually keep yellow potatoes on hand, and so I am going to use 2 medium yellow potatoes, and I'm just dicing them up, you know, nothing special. I'm not measuring or making sure they're any specific size. And I'm almost out of onions, so I am kind of being stingy with my onions. If I had a part of one, and I gotta cut that out. If I had more onions, I would definitely use a whole onion, but there we go. All right. So there's my onion all diced up. Okay. There's a frog or something out my window. I don't know if you can hear it. I'm thinking this is like 2 breasts in this bag left over from something. And I'm putting juices and all in there. And I have one more. I'm using just leftover chicken that I froze. And that should be plenty for me and Bryant, and any of the boys or Caroline or whoever wants to eat with us. That feels like a bone in there. It is. Let's get that bone off of there. There we go. All right. So I'm just going to go ahead and add in my potatoes and onions. All right. Now I'm going to salt this really good. I'm going to pepper it really good. I love black pepper, especially with chicken. So I'm going to use a lot. Okay, and some poultry seasoning. Any kind of, what you would normally season your poultry with. If it's sage, rosemary, this is kind of a mixture of everything. So I just, if I have poultry seasoning on hand, all right. Let me rinse my hands and get out a small little mixing bowl. I'll be right back. Okay, so in my mixing bowl here, I've got some cream of chicken. Now, if you have time to make your own, then of course that's the better option. But this meal today is about being easy, fast, problem-free. Get it in there, let it be cooking while I'm working type kind of supper. And then when it comes time to actually eat, if I have time to do some extra things, I can. No dessert tonight. Probably no more desserts until after vacation, unless I do a blackberry something. And we're doing a cream of mushroom as well. Cream of chicken, cream of mushroom. Again, if you have time to make your own, by all means, do that. All right, and to that, I'm going to add in a cup of chicken broth. And I just made my chicken broth from some chicken base that I had. All right, I'm gonna give this just a little bitty whisk without trying to do it without splattering it. I'm just wanting to break it apart. It doesn't have to be completely smooth. I should have got a bigger bowl. All right, that's good enough. All right, so we're gonna just pour that right on there. Now we still have more things to add, but this is all for now. This is all we're gonna do for now. Let me be sure to get every last bit of that out. I want to get my bed made today, stripped, you know, the sheets changed on my bed. I want to clean up the guest bedroom and get it ready for like Judah and Levi to spend the night. They normally sleep with me and Papa. And even though we have a king size bed, it's getting harder and harder because they kick. So, okay. We're just going to get this on and let it cook while I work and go to my eye appointment. And then we'll be back and it'll be time to add in the rest of the stuff. We'll make biscuits. We'll come up with some side dishes depending on what I get out of the garden. And we're going to have a good supper tonight. Okay, so I have a little while before I go to my eye doctor. So I think I'm going to change my shoes and run out to the garden and see if I can go ahead and harvest anything. And just go ahead and get that because we're expecting rain. And I think it may be drizzling a little bit, but the major rain is not here yet. So I'm going to change my shoes and head out to the garden. Okay, y'all, so I said this was going to be my first garden harvest, but in actuality, something has been harvested out of here already. You know, I saw deer tracks when we first did the garden, and believe it or not, I have not seen any sign of deer since then, and I've done nothing to deter them. Caroline has a goat at her house. It's not her goat. It's one of her friend's goat that she's keeping while they get moved into their other house. So she has this goat. And the other day I got to worrying, what in the world if that goat gets out? There is nothing like a garden that just screams, come eat me, to a goat. And I got to worrying so much about, what if that goat gets out? What if that goat gets out? Well, the goat has not gotten out. The goat has not been in my garden. Probably the least likely thing has been in my garden. So let me just show you who did the first harvest of my garden. Here is this crazy looking thing. I just believe it crossed with either, it almost looks like a cucumber, but I guess it may have crossed with something. So what do you think? I got two of those. I got one normal looking zucchini. But y'all, let me tell you, I am absolutely, there was lots of things out here that I could have left for another day, but I didn't. I mean, I left them for another day. I could have picked them today, but I left them for another day. And I am fixing to have squash and zucchini coming out of my ears. Oh my goodness. I mean, this is absolutely just the first little bitty harvest. But tomorrow I'll probably have twice this many. So, yeah. And I'm not sure if I picked the peppers at the right time, but we'll just set them out and see what they do. So I see that my green beans are just fixing to set some blooms. So they've already got runners. So I think we've scheduled our vacation at a good time as far as the green beans go. Somebody is going to have to come and pick the squash and zucchini, and it's going to be a must. So while we're gone, so that'll be Isaac's job. He can keep what he harvests, but all right. So in the house I go to finish getting ready and then head to the eye doctor's. So tonight for supper, I really want fried squash to go along with our chicken and biscuits, but I have a feeling Bryant's going to want a stir fry. So he is the stir fry king. He loves, when I was going to nursing school and working and all that good stuff, and he was in charge of feeding the kids and feeding us supper, a lot of times I had stir fry. The kids said they got so sick of stir fry, it was not even funny. But he does make a good onion, zucchini, squash stir fry. So I'll let him decide if we're going to have fried squash or if we're going to have stir fry. I have a feeling, by the looks of that garden, that we're going to have plenty of options to have both at some point in time. So, okay, I'm going to go clean my feet off and get my other shoes back on. Probably strip my bed and get some laundry going before I head to the eye doctor. Okay, everyone, so I wanted to tell you a little bit about why I'm going to the drop the phone to the eye doctor. I'm here to, of course, get my eyes checked. It's time. My eyes are starting to change, but I also wanted to see about getting some contacts. I have never worn contacts, so I wanted to see about that. So y'all pray. I know by the time you're seeing this, it'll be after the fact, but hopefully and prayerfully, I'll be able to wear contacts. I want to be able to wear sunglasses. I don't always keep glasses because I think everybody who has contacts keeps a pair of glasses in case something goes wrong. But I want to have that option. So we'll see. Never done contacts. Have no idea if I can even come near my eye or not. So anyway, that's one reason I don't have on mascara today, because I didn't know if they'd dilate my eyes. I didn't know if they would work with anything with my eyes, so I just didn't put on eye makeup. So, All right, I'm going in. Okay guys, I've just opened up the crock pot and I'm just kind of breaking up the chicken with this meat chopper. I've already done a little bit before I started filming, but I'm fixing to go get some vegetables. We're going to add in a bag, or at least half of a bag of peas, carrots, and green beans. And then I'll add one more thing before it's ready. Hey everybody, look who's working in the kitchen with me.
Hey everybody.
This is an extra large bag, so I'm not going to use all of this, but it's just the mixed vegetables, carrots, green beans, corn, and peas. So I'm just going to add in part of this bag, not the whole thing, and then I'll refreeze the rest of it. It's still frozen. And I'll just refreeze the rest of it and have this ready to make this wonderful, one of my favorite meals again real soon. So. Alright, so we're just going to let that cook for a little bit. And then like I said, we have one more item to add before we're done. So we're just going to let the vegetables cook and it'll be ready pretty soon. I was going to ask Brian if he wanted fried squash or stir fry to go along with this, but I forgot that he has a meeting tonight. I have a meeting tonight. So I think we're just going to have the chicken and biscuits and that be it. And we'll just save the squash and zucchini for either stir fry or fried squash for tomorrow night. So I'll bring you back when it's time to finish this up. Okay, everybody, I started making biscuits, but I didn't turn the camera on. So I've put out some Formula L. I'm using my heavy cream for my, I've got it a little too wet, so I'm adding some self-rising flour to it. And that's all you do. If you get your dough too wet, just add some self-rising flour. And I'm just going to work it till I get it the consistency I want. So I no longer follow the recipe on the back. I always tell beginners, if they're making the biscuits for the first time, to always follow the recipe on the back of the, if you can get the Southern Biscuit Mix Formula L, follow the recipe on the back of the bag. But I don't do that anymore. I know the texture I want, but sometimes I do put too much buttermilk or I have too much flour, and I just know how to work around it now because I know what kind of texture I want. And depending on how many biscuits I get cut out of here is dependent on if I'm going to do these in a skillet or if I'm going to do them on a cookie pan. I like them in a skillet. I actually prefer them in a skillet, but I rarely make them in a skillet because usually I am making way more than what will fit in a skillet. They get nice and crusty like. Alright. I believe I can get one more, well, two more. One normal size and a small one. And again, every time I do a biscuit video, I remind you, don't, when you put your cookie cutter in or your biscuit cutter, don't twist. That seals the edges, keeps it from rising. All right, so let me grab my skillet. I'll be back in just a little bit. All right, we've got them all. I'm doing these, separating them a little bit because I like them a little bit crusty when I put a gravy or a soup or something on top. I like a little bit of the crustiness. So I am separating them, but I could definitely put them tighter and closer together and they would rise even higher. So they won't be as tall as they would be if I was putting them up next to each other. But it's going to go in a 400-degree oven in just a minute, probably 425. It's still preheating. Okay, so the oven is preheating, and so while we're waiting for it to preheat and the biscuits to bake, let's go ahead and add the last ingredient to our chicken dish. Now, if you want it a little bit thicker, you could add like a cornstarch slurry or even a flour slurry. But I think it's going to be fine. It is a little bit more liquidy than mine normally is, but that's okay. But our next ingredient is cheese. Of course, if you have a block, go ahead and grate your own. I'm going to add in 2 big handfuls, probably equaling about a cup. And you can add whatever cheese of your choice is. I usually add cheddar just because that's what I add to my chicken pot pie, my not so homemade chicken pot pie. If you've missed that video, you need to go find it. Since I think this is a little bit too liquidy, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it on high and leave the lid off while we're waiting on biscuits and so forth. That'll only help. There we go. All right, so I've got it on high. I'll leave the lid off. Any liquid will kind of evaporate out, or some, not all of it, but it might thicken it up just a little bit. You know, once you've been cooking, you learn little tricks like that to take the lid. If you've got too much liquid, turn it up, take the lid off, so let some of that steam and liquid escape. But y'all, I cannot wait to dig into this. Cannot wait. Okay, we will be back as soon as the biscuits are done and we are ready to eat. And yes, I know I was missing an earring. It had fallen out earlier, and I was changing. I was trying on an outfit, and I pulled it out and I laid it down and forgot to put it back in. And look what just came out of the oven. Okay, guys. I'm going to get Bryant and tell him supper is ready, and all we're having is this chicken dish served on top of these biscuits. It is going to be delicious. I thought I was doing a comforting meal because it was going to be raining outside, but y'all, the sun is shining so brightly. It has not, it sprinkled a little bit this morning, but yeah, it's turned off to be a beautiful day. No storms in sight. We interrupt this meal to bring you an update. Hey everyone, welcome back. I don't think I ever gave you guys an update on what the eye doctor told me about my glasses. I did have a slight, and I may have, and if I'm telling you again, I apologize. I'm actually working in my guest bedroom. It has become such a junk room, and the bed was covered. You couldn't even see the bed. So I'm actually getting it cleaned up and ready for, we're going to try to transition Judah and Levi to sleeping in here when they spend the night. They always sleep with me and Papa, which is fine, except they kick us to death. So we're actually going to try to turn this room into their room, but it's really girly looking right now. That's not going to change a whole lot, except the bonnet may come off the bed. That may be the only change made. But I am working on getting this room set up for them to start sleeping in and so forth. And if we have company, they need a place. I have nowhere for them to sleep. So anyway, what I was going to say is the eye doctor, he did say that the multifocal lenses are not perfect. They are not probably as crisp as a pair of glasses would be. But he said the only way, and some people they work great for, some people they don't. He said the only way we're going to know is to order some. So he ordered some trial lenses. When they come in, they'll call me and teach me how to put them in. The only problem right now is the lady who does his optometry work as far as the glasses work. She is out because her precious husband passed away. So I told him I was in no hurry, that it could just wait, and that when somebody calls me, that would be fine. And she could train me on how to put the contacts in. So we'll see. I don't know that I can do it, but we're going to try. And yeah, so there you go. Okay, I'm going to finish cleaning up in here. I got a shoe on the bed. Got a lot of stuff. My chicken clothes stay in here, and that's what's in that. And I just leave winter and summer out together in the chicken clothes, because even in the summer, a lot of times I wear long sleeves just to keep from getting so nasty and filthy. And I don't go to the chicken houses a whole lot anymore since Daniel works for us, because he is just such a godsend, and he is like part of our family now. And so anyway, I don't go as often, but I still just leave them out. I do go when we get them. I do go when we sell them. So, and I do keep up all the paperwork. So I go over there every week, but I don't go work in them like I did. So, all right, I'm going to finish cleaning here. I just want to tell you what the doctor said. I told him I was fine with sticking with glasses. I just really wanted to try the contacts to see if they worked. If they don't, you know, oh well. So, y'all pray that I can do this. Like, he was trying to do stuff to my eyes, and I was like, urgh. And, so anyway, we're going to give it a try. Just have to wait till they come in and wait till the lady comes back, from her respite of losing her husband. And, so we'll just see. It's a wait and see right now. So, all right, I'm getting to work. I got to quit talking. I got to get to work. So, there you go. Okay, everybody. Bryant had to run over to the chicken houses. So, I am going to do a quick taste test. And then we'll let him do one when he gets back. But I'm going to show you. Did I show you the biscuits? Yes, I did. They're absolutely beautiful. But let me get you guys turned down here so we can see what's happening. I got out the little runt biscuit. That's the one I made last. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to cut it in half. And just like I would gravy. Sorry about that. Bryant had needed me to do something. So anyway, here is my biscuit. And look how nice and fluffy these biscuits are. Like, look at that. So good. All right, so I'm going to take a little bit of my chicken, just like I would if it was like sausage gravy or breakfast gravy, sawmill gravy, whatever you want to call it. Now, when I get to the table, I'm going to put some black pepper on this just because I love black pepper. But I want to give it a taste for you guys. So good. Now, that is so good. All right, guys. So good. You got to try it. Chicken and biscuits. And y'all tell me what in the world. What is this thing? Is it a zucchini squash? I mean, is it like a crossbreed, or is it a cucumber zucchini? I don't know what in the world. What is this thing? Okay. All right. See you guys next time. Thank you. Oh, hang on. I'll bring Bryant in for a taste test before we leave. So don't go anywhere. Okay, y'all, Bryant is back, so I'm going to fix his plate real quick. Do you want one biscuit or two?
I'm going to do one biscuit.
He's going to start with one. He says one, but you can't stop at just one of my biscuits.
I can eat just a biscuit.
Oh, he wants just the biscuit. All right, so, oops, about got him with a knife.
Is that the 2-ingredient biscuit?
No, this is Loreal. I saved my heavy cream now for my coffee creamer. those of you have asked me, what have I replaced my beloved coffee creamer with? And I have replaced it with heavy cream and Splenda. I know not everybody likes Splenda, but
Tell them why you did that.
because not everybody likes Splenda.
No, why did you switch from your cream?
Oh, because my creamer has maltodextrin in it, and it is actually higher on the glycemic index than sugar. So, and that's what helps you lose weight, is by keeping your insulin level and not doing this number. So, you need a fork, don't you?
I need a fork. Before you guys let you see this. Oh, look, I messed up the camera. Look at there. Does that not look delicious?
So good.
Right, here we go.
All right.
Give me this bite, Mom.
You want me to feed you?
Yeah, give me a bite. It's not too hot, is it?
Are you ready for this?
What's this called? Chicken and biscuits?
Chicken and biscuits. Are you ready?
Uh-huh. I'll get her. Yeah, okay. She's a comedian.
It's that good, y'all.
It looks good. I've had it before.
Oh, goodness. I can't get it on the fork.
Here we go.
You act like it's hot.
It is warm. Very comforting.
It is.
It's
It
comforting.
was supposed to be raining this afternoon, and
And
that's why I fixed it.
And overcast.
But it's sunshine. But hey, it's still good.
Sunshine, 85 degrees.
All right, guys. We're going to go eat. So we will see you next time right here.
It's chicken pie on a plate.
It is chicken pie on a plate. That's right. We will see you guys next time right here on the Farm and Pastor's Wife. Remember, the grease is hot enough.
Or the crock pot is warm enough.
You can fry anything.
Right?
Bye, y'all.
Bye, guys.